The rain hadn't stopped in hours. It slammed against the windshield like it had something to prove. A sleek black town car pulled into the cracked parking lot of a diner on the edge of Willow Springs. Not the kind of place Jacqueline Langford, billionaire investor and recent widow, usually set foot in. But today wasn't usual. She stepped out in designer heels that didn't belong on sidewalks like that, holding the tiny hand of her 6-year-old daughter, Clara, who wore dark sunglasses and gripped a white cane. "Mama?" the little girl whispered. "Is it still raining?" Jacqueline swallowed. "Yes, baby, still raining." Inside, the diner smelled like coffee, old vinyl, and something fried. The bell jingled as they entered. People glanced up, saw the expensive coat, and looked away. Jacqueline guided Clara to a booth in the corner and sat down. Her eyes scanned the laminated menu, but nothing registered. Clara sat quietly, fingers exploring the edge of the table. "Mama, is this place nice?" Jacqueline looked around. It was worn, but clean. "It's okay." Just then, a young black waitress walked over, wiping her hands on her apron. She had warm eyes and a tired, genuine smile. Her name tag read Raina. "Morning. Can I get y'all something to drink?" Jacqueline glanced up. "Coffee and whatever she wants." Clara turned toward the voice. "Hi, what do pancakes feel like?" Raina knelt down to Clara's level. "Soft, warm, kind of like a pillow if you could eat one." Clara giggled. "I want that." Raina smiled. "You got it." While they waited, Jacqueline scrolled through emails, barely noticing as Raina brought Clara a plate and gently guided her hands. "Here's the syrup. It's right in front of you, okay? Want me to help?" Jacqueline looked up, surprised. Raina had already cut the pancakes, placed the fork in Clara's hand, and was patiently helping her get the first bite. Jacqueline didn't respond. Raina looked at her and asked gently, "Would you like something?" "No, thank you," Jacqueline said almost sharply, but she watched, and something softened in her. After a while, Clara asked, "Miss Raina, do you know what color the sky is?" Raina paused. "Yeah, today it's gray, like when you forget to smile." Clara tilted her head. "And yesterday?" "Blue, the kind that makes you want to dance." Jacqueline lowered her phone. It had been weeks since Clara laughed like that. Weeks since anyone took the time to talk to her like she was more than just a diagnosis. When they left, Jacqueline folded a $100 bill under the coffee cup, but something made her stop at the door. She turned. "Thank you for helping her." Raina nodded. "She helped me more." The next day they came back, and the day after that, Jacqueline started ordering pancakes too. Clara and Raina would talk about colors, music, dreams. Raina described the world in textures and feelings. Jacqueline watched from across the table, her heart cracking open in places she didn't know were still soft. One morning, Jacqueline asked, "Do you work every day?" Raina chuckled. "6 days a week. Someone's got to keep the coffee hot." Jacqueline hesitated. "Do you ever think about doing something else?" Raina shrugged. "I wanted to be a teacher, but life had other plans." Jacqueline didn't press, but she listened. A month passed. One afternoon, Clara reached out and touched Raina's face. "You smile a lot, even when you sound tired." Raina blinked. "Yeah, well, smiling's cheaper than crying." Jacqueline reached into her bag and pulled out a small envelope. She slid it across the table. "What's this?" Raina asked. "A scholarship. For a teaching certificate. Fully paid." Raina stared at it. "Why? Why would you do this?" Jacqueline's voice was quiet. "Because you showed my daughter the world, even when she couldn't see it." Raina looked down, eyes welling. Clara leaned into her. "You can be my teacher first." 2 years later, Clara sat at a big wooden desk in a school for the visually impaired. She laughed as Raina, now a certified special ed teacher, guided her hands over a textured map. Outside, Jacqueline waited by the car, watching through the window with a soft smile. Sometimes a simple plate of pancakes is enough to change everything. Sometimes the person who has the least gives the most. And sometimes the smallest kindness can rewrite someone's entire life.